What's going on, my friends?
There you go, baby.
Welcome to episode 185 of the Gay Gap Podcast. Here we bring you everything New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, international sports. Hosted by your shitty Grassani and Cunningham, Alex Reich, and social guest Devin Hastie. You can tune into podcasts on various platforms, including, but not limited to, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Answer Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. All should follow social media at KGAP. With that said, it's time to get your game on.
You know, Adam? You know something, Adam?
What?
Your introduction was good, baby. I like what you did.
Oh, you've been liking a lot of my intros lately.
You know, you made my vision come back. That's how good your hot take was.
Damn.
I went from being blind to I could see.
I appreciate the compliment.
I've been drinking that miracle water.
Words.
Hey, Adam?
Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, I say one thing, then we got to introduce our guest.
No. You know what I've been so mad at, man, about hockey is, man. How come the Devils can't get it done? That's what I want to know. Cause
we'll get to that.
They haven't been to a Stanley Cup since 2012 against the Kings that year, and they got swept, I believe, by the Kings, right?
Yeah, they did.
Adam, you know, my niece, she loves hockey. She just got into hockey, which I'm very depressed about. She's a Devils fan. She's like, Uncle Michael, why did the Devils suck? She asked me that She asked me that at 5 years old. I'm like, baby, I know what to tell you. The Devils are just terrible.
I'm going to take you to task on that, but before that, we've got I'm sorry, Devin. Michael just decided to insert that out of nowhere as I'm trying to introduce you, but we've got a special guest joining us. One of my more favorite followers on Twitter. You know, we've chatted there a ton. Big baseball guy, big hockey guy. You know,
our best guest. One of our best
guests. We had him on all the way back in episode 12, and now was it 173
episodes.
And now 173 episodes later, he's finally coming back. We're so happy to welcome back to the show, Devin Hastie. Devin, welcome back. How you doing?
Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm doing well. What an accomplishment. Mike, it was like episode 12, and you were talking about LaMarcus, and now you're talking about the Devils, man. You've grown in 160 some odd episodes, man.
We did over 200 episodes of this show. He's been Adam. We did at least over 300 episodes.
That's fantastic, guys. That's amazing.
Devin, thanks for coming back as our guest, brother.
Happy to be on. Now, the other thing too, though, Michael, if I can, based on your niece actually is coming into Devil fandom at the right time. Exactly. So she's not going to have to suffer as much as Adam suffered through the last few years, because I think the Devils are legit, man.
Here's the thing. I'm going to try to give hockey a chance. I'm going to try to give it a chance.
Just so you know, hockey, right? On the bandwagon. It's the perfect time. Like I said, Devin.
I did watch the Devils when I was younger. I've been to a couple of games when they used to play at the Continental Airlines Arena. At Izod, when they used to be at the Izod Center back in the day, before they moved to Prudential Center.
So give it a chance, Michael. Peace and hockey.
I'll take you to a game, Michael. I'll take you.
I've been to games before. My neighbor used to work for the MSG network and for Yes network. So I used to get tickets all the time for Devils games all the time.
Well, I would say take Adam up. Don't go to a game with Alex, because I think the Flyers are going to have a pretty tough year, Alex.
Yeah.
See, Alex likes to fly. Alex just has terrible sports team taste.
Here's the thing, Devin. His Phillies, are doing pretty well. They just made the playoffs. The Eagles are undefeated. The Sixers, they're still pretty good. Like I think Alex can live with one of his teams, not being good. I agree. I think you can live with that, can't you?
The Sixers are pretty good. The Sixers are.
No, let him speak. Let him speak. Alex, I think you can live with that, can you?
I don't care how good of a team the Flyers are this year. I'm just happy that I can watch hockey again.
That's the attitude. When you've got three other teams winning, you can be a little bit more tame in your expectations.
Alex is the most known kid, man. I know Alex's all teams. If they ain't PA, they're not his team. If it's for college football, it's Penn State. For college basketball, it's Villanova. For the NBA, it's the Sixers. Alex is like, if you're not Philly or from PA, I will not support your team. Or any team that plays the Cowboys or the Yankees is my favorite team. I have seen this buffoon right here say, I will root for a team against the Yankees. I'm like, brother, who are you rooting for? The Yankees play the Mets. He's like, I'll flip a coin in that game to see who wins. I don't give a fuck about both teams.
I understand you don't like the Yankees, but
I ain't done.
You're gonna root for a division rival over them. That's a little.
No, Alex, I have him proof that he rooted for the Cowboys against the Giants against John in 2017. I got it on my Snapchat. I got receipts to prove it. He was a Cowboy fan for that day.
The Giants is more understandable because it's like a rival. It's like a rivalry.
No, it was he's an Eagle fan. If I was really an Eagle fan, I'd be like, fuck both teams. Yeah, I got Alex, I'll bring the receipts out. You dare me to bring the receipts, I'll show it.
Wait, how about the video that you have? The cowboy hat?
Oh, I got the video of Alex wearing a cowboy hat, yo. I ain't gonna lie. You just want to see it was a picture I took at a bar. This is what happened. Let me tell you how funny story. Get your game on, crew. Me and Alex
quickly, then we gotta get started.
Me and Alex have made at least 365 million bets when it comes to sports. we bet on sodas, hats, first drinks in the bar, anything. So me and Alex were watching. It was the Cowboys versus Eagle game, and this is the year after they won the Super Bowl. And I was like, Alex, watch my Cowboys beat your Eagles. He's like, you're not. He's like, you want to bet? He's like, yeah. I win, I gotta wear his Eagle jersey. He wins, I gotta wear Eagle jersey. If I win, he gotta wear a Cowboys hat. I was wearing a Cowboy hat. But the guy that bought it back, hey, me and my friend made a bet. Can I borrow your hat for a sec? He's like, sure. I take a picture of Alex. He looks so mad at me wearing it. It's on my Instagram. Alex was like, I am going to murder you for it.
All right, whenever you get a chance, Michael, send me that.
I got you.
Okay.
My next Instagram follow, I think, is Michael's Instagram too, Adam. So.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate the love, Mr. Devin.
Okay, but
to see Alex mad though, Michael. That's
it. Trust me, I have made this brother mad at least over a million times. I made Adam mad. I remember once. I almost sneezed on Adam's Giant jersey back in the day in high school, Devin. You know how annoying this piece of shit was? When the Giants were on that crazy run in 2012, Adam was so annoying. Every day. We're going to Super Bowl. I'm like, Adam, there's no chance. There's no chance. He wins the Super Bowl. You know what this bastard did? He buys a Super Bowl shirt. I don't know how he got it in 24 hours. Because there's a blue law rule in Bergen County that you are not allowed to wear. You can't buy clothes on Sunday. So this buffoon wears a Super Bowl jersey, Super Bowl shirt. I think he got it at some other mall. I'm like, you motherfucker. How the hell did you get this shirt in 24 hours?
Well, you'll have to look for your New Jersey Devils shirt because I think they might be dangerous this year too.
Yeah, can we get that started?
Let's talk.
All right, let's get it started. So hockey season is literally right around the corner, You know, the season literally begins Tuesday.
Guys, I guess it's my nap time.
All right, take care, buddy. But the season literally begins tomorrow, and I'll start with my team. I know some Rangers fans listen, so don't worry. Trust me, we'll get to you. Let's just start with the team. Let's just start off with last season. I think Devin, I think you could test this. Was literally aside from winning a cup, literally everything I could have ever dreamed for as a fan. Because literally everyone thought I was going to see this thing. Okay, we stunk for so many years, but a lot of young talents starting to come up. You're seeing Hughes start to break out. You're seeing Brad start to break out. So make some noise, compete for a wild card spot. So that was my expectations. Then, oh my God, they explode for 112 points, third in the entire league. Hughes, but Hughes, breaks down to a superstar. They pick up Timo Meyer. He shows a selfish candidate. It's like, oh my god. Then of course, cap it off with a 7-game series win against our arch rivals was like literally everything I could have imagined at Agita's fans. So now the question going forward is how did they build off this year? I like what they did in the offseason. You re-sign Brett, you re-sign Timo Meyer, and you add entire Toffoli. So that's I really love what they've done to this forward group because you look at that top six right now. You got Mercer, you got Hischier, they have a legit they've got like a legit over group right now. So I want to ask you, Devin, what was your impressions of the Devils last season, and how do you view them, going to this 2023-24 season?
Yeah, no, it's last year, I think, Adam, is you look from afar, right? I think most teams, you're a fan, so we all have this. As a Toronto, I'm a Canadian and I'm in Toronto as a Leaf fan, so I'll take that one on the chin at some point. But this is the time of the year when we're all excited. And last year, I know that that some New Jersey fans were bullish on New Jersey, but as a hockey fan, as you step back, you're like, okay, young team, maybe Buffalo, you think of some of the other young teams. Detroit, it's been getting better. You're like, okay, they might make some noise, but they'll be on the outside looking in. And then even they start the season off in the Fire Lindy chants, right? We all saw them to the point where my favorite part of the year was when the fans were apologizing to Lindy. They did the chant to apologize to him, to what that team actually did, right? It was a coming out party last year for the Devils. And, you mentioned Hughes and Hischier, but really, one of the guys that stood out that makes that team deep is Dawson, good old Newfoundland, Newfoundland's own Dawson Mercer, the way that he stepped up. And you even put him in the top 6 this year, but he might not be. He might be top 9, and then your third line might be Andre Palat and Dawson Mercer with who knows in between.
Eric Holla.
Yeah, with Eric Holla. That's a pretty deep hockey squad when you think about it, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. You look at this roster and look at the job Tom Fitzgerald has done, building up this roster. A lot of Devil fans were bullish on our team heading into the last season, myself included. But I think you could agree, Devin. Even the most bullish Devils fan did not see last year coming.
No, I don't think anybody did, right? You needed things to come together as a Devils fan. And I like what Tom Fitzgerald's done, right? You and I think we're back and forth even over the offseason. I know you were pretty big on Hellebuck because I think that is maybe the Achilles heel. Two things for the Devils. One is when a young team has expectations, that's going to be tough on them, right? Because now they're coming in with expectations, versus the no expectations last year.
Last year they were the hunters. Now this year they're going to be the hunted.
Yeah, they're going to be gunning for them, right? And then if you look at the goaltending, that's probably the biggest question mark when you think about, is Akira the goalie that he showed he was in the playoffs, or is he, the guy what is Akira? He's not young. Well, he's young enough, right? 23-year-old. Is he maturing?
He's 23, yeah.
Or is he Jordan
Binnington? Which for a goaltender is actually pretty young.
Yeah, because
most goalies usually don't hit the league until they're 24.
Yeah, and you hope that he's not you see Joey Wall there in Toronto, who's just starting to mature, and he's been in the system for a while. And people get impatient with goaltenders. So is Akira a young goaltender, or is he going to be like a Jordan Binnington, where he had a good playoff run and maybe he'll struggle with the workload of his season, where they have a veteran Vanacek who can take that load off? And is it a 1A, 1B situation in New Jersey? I don't know. But when I look up and down their lineup, I think two things that stand out from last year is losing Graves is going to hurt. And did they truly replace him? I don't know. And is their goaltending going to stand up? But other than that, I look at the way that the East is going to fall out, and I think there's 5 locks in the East, right? So the Maple Leafs in the Atlantic and probably Florida, as long as they can get Montour and Ekblad back, they're probably locks. Tampa Bay and Boston aren't this year. And then you look at Carolina, New Jersey, and the Rangers are probably the locks in the center or in the Metro, right?
Yeah, those are. I agree. Those 5 are the locks.
Yeah, I know. The Spit and Chicklets podcast isn't. I think Biz Nasty was giving the Rangers the Fugazi treatment, but I look at that hockey team.
Yeah, I mean, I have my I'm not even shit talking here. I do have my concerns with the Rangers, but I feel like he like went for saying, "Oh, we're not gonna make the playoffs." I'd be shocked if they don't make the playoffs. Shocked.
I'd be shocked just by just starting with their goaltending. I think Shesterkin alone gets them there.
Yeah,
and then their blue line's strong.
Adam Box is a stud.
He's a stud, and so is Ryan Lindgren. I think that they've, their playoff non-success has been because Lindgren's been hurt.
Yeah,
they're pretty. And then you go Keandre and Trouba.
Yeah,
they're deep.
Their defense kind of lacks depth a little, but I in my opinion, but
I guess that's a good call out.
But their top end guys are really good.
Yeah, they're top 6. I mean, yeah, maybe top 5. You're bringing in Gustafson for me, who's a good 7th D. He had some moments in Toronto after the deadline. But your top 6 or your top 5 are legit NHLers.
Yeah.
But I mean, their season's going to depend, and this is what's the big question mark is going to depend on, Lafreniere, which he's been taking some heat, and Kakko taking.
Devin, you just absolutely read my mind because I was actually gonna, that's my big concern, objectively speaking, of the Rangers is what can we expect from Kakko and Lafreniere? Because Lafreniere this preseason has not, from what I've heard. I mean, I haven't watched the Rangers, but I've heard he's not been good this preseason. Now it's only preseason; you can't really put too much stock into it. But after he literally no-showed in the playoffs last year to come out strong like that, I've heard apparently his work ethic has been questioned.
Question.
I don't know how legit that is, but I mean, just hearing around these guys, here's the thing. Guys, I'm a big Yankees fan. Unfortunately, a lot of Yankee fans are Ranger fans, so I do see a lot of posts of them on X or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it. So I have heard like some complaints about Lafreniere. So that's my big concern. It's really been, you really look at the history of the Rangers franchise, that's been a major problem is developing forwards. Aside from Chris Kreider, who has named the impact forward that has come out of the Rangers system.
Did you just say the Yankees too on a Rangers fan? I'm dead.
A lot of Yankees fans are Rangers fans, unfortunately.
Adam, that's not true. I can see them as Met fans. I can see the Rangers.
A lot of Met fans are Rangers fans too, unfortunately.
Adam, I don't give a fuck about hockey. I call this the white man sport.
Are you done?
Okay,
but it's like will Lafreniere and Kakko, is this the year both of them take the next big steps? Because you look at that top 6, it's really Panarin, Zibanejad, and really who else? I mean, Kreider is obviously going to be in the mix. You still got Trocheck. You got Hedel, who's a pretty solid center, but really aside for that, and Panarin and his struggles in the playoffs, that's the big thing. If Kakko and Lafreniere really take those big steps forward, I'm gonna be honest with you, Devin. I could see the Raiders competing for the top spot in the Metro if they break out like that. But if they don't, and it's just more the same, then I think I'm not gonna say they're not gonna make the playoffs, but I definitely could see them take even more of a step back from last year.
Well, and if you think about it too, Adam, is like, if we call those 5 teams the locks, right?
Yeah.
Is you've still got, like, I look at it and think that there's probably as many as 9 teams in the East that are competing then for 3 spots. And if it's 9 teams that are competing, the Rangers of any of those 4, if Florida, if Ekblad and Montour get healthy quick, the Rangers are probably the one that are at risk, right? Because you think the T-Bay in Boston, Tampa Bay without Vazzy for 2 months is
going to be hurt. That's going to hurt them
a ton, right? So are they then? So they're going to be a team that might start off slow, and they're going to be in the mix. You've got Boston that's now missing you've got what Charlie Coyle goes from third line center to first line center because Krejci and Bergeron.
Pavel Zacha is literally their top line center.
Yeah, Zacha,
and us Devils fans know him well.
But if you're replacing, who had Pavel Zacha and Matthew Poitras for Krejci and Bergeron, I think that's a bit of a gap, right?
That's the one. That's the one thing. That's the one thing because we all know how important the center position is.
In the NHL,
it's arguably just as important as the goaltender, in my opinion. So to have that when you have that lack of depth at center, that's a real big concern for the Bruins, in my opinion.
Yep. So, but they're going to be there with the Pastas and the.
I definitely think they'll be in the mix, but I'm not. I'm not sold on them being a playoff team.
They're taking a step back, right? So maybe they're even a wild card team.
It doesn't help, that they're still going to have the scars what happened to them in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think you got to think in the Atlantic is Tampa and Boston are competing for at least wild cards because they're not going to drop that much.
They're at least going to be in the mix for a playoff spot.
Yeah,
playoff spots.
And then you probably have I have Buffalo greater than Buffalo better than Ottawa better than Detroit. But all three of those teams are going to be in the mix. So really in the Atlantic, Montreal's the only team on the outside looking in. So and then
Montreal's the only team in that division where I say, okay, they're probably not making it. I mean, Detroit too, but it's like if Detroit breaks out this season, it wouldn't be the biggest of shocks to me. I'd be surprised, but it's crazier things that have happened, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're still what are you? You're a 28, 29-year-old Ville Husso that you're depending on. And
exactly.
I mean, he wasn't, I don't know if he was a sub 900 save percentage last year. And I mean, DeBrincat and Larkin, maybe they're a little bit scary, but I mean, bringing JT Compher as your second line center, I don't think makes them better than Ottawa or Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. So they might be, they might be kicking tires, but they're on the outside looking in. And sorry, Alex, as much as I do like the Flyers and the Brian Props and the Dave Poulins are embedded in my growing up. And then, the Rick Tocchet's of the world and some of those guys, Pelly Lindbergh, the goalie that drove his Lamborghini into a wall. I've followed the Flyers and loved the Flyers for years, but unfortunately, I think they're outside looking in this year. They're in the middle of a very deep rebuild. Yeah, for sure.
I'll say this about the Flyers, Alex. I love their first round pick from this year.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name again?
Mishev, I think.
Yeah, Mishev. Yeah, I've heard he's gonna be he's not gonna come over for a couple of years, but when he does, he's gonna be a stud.
But that's not a bad thing, Adam. When we're talking about the Rangers, Kakko and Lafreniere, they're 21 and 22 years old, man.
Yeah.
Right? Because they've been in the league since they're 18, we think that they've been around forever, but they're still kids. And a lot of back in the good old days, you weren't getting into the league until you were 21 or 22, and these guys have 3 and 4 years of experience. Right?
I hear what you're saying. It's just that with those two guys, it's
one sec. We got update on college on the MLB. 4-1, bottom of the 6th. Dodgers just have bases loaded, 1 out, and the reliever just gave up two walks.
Bases loaded, 1 out.
Bottom of the
Dodgers 4-1.
Oh, we gotta.
If this is it. Season's on the line. You guys better at least tie it here.
Come on, baby. Come on. Sorry, I had to say it the update.
Okay, thank you for the update.
That's good,
but with those two guys, it's Kakko and Lafreniere Kakko. I'm just
come on, Dodgers, let me win.
It's not even me talking shit. It's I'm literally I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
I literally saw because I do scroll through X a lot. I'm literally seeing some people saying that Kakko might hit 70 points this year. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, his career last year as 40. Can we see him get to 50 first?
Yeah, almost doubling it. I mean, if he's playing on that top line, maybe. I like Zebad. He can dish, but Kreider's the goal scorer there. But if he plays with Zebad and Kreider, maybe he's got a shot. right? Maybe, or if he's running shotgun with Panarin. Maybe
I prefer him with Panarin because Panarin's more of like a passer than an actual shooter. So
he's a disher. You say Kakko's a shooter. It needs to be a shooter, not a passer, right?
Well, not necessarily, but I don't think he necessarily needs to just be a shooter. But I do think that he could really benefit with a playmaker like Panarin.
The one thing that I always look at, because I coach a lot of hockey too, Adam, is is Kakko, like Kakko playing right wing with Zbad, who's a right-handed shot, doesn't always work. Guys do things on their forehand. So if you ever look at it, is like Kakko playing with a left-handed shooting centerman like Cheadle or Cheadle might be better for his development because the puck's going to come to him in better situations simply because the centerman that's his strong side to go to, right? So yeah, that's good. But if you think about it, I think there's a mix there. Washington, Pittsburgh, the Islanders, and Columbus are all going to they're going to be tapping at the toes, at the heels of the Rangers or whoever's that third seed in the Metro.
Maybe not Columbus. I still think Columbus is a bit on the raw side, and Washington, I still think Washington's on the downside. That entire team's getting older. So, but Pittsburgh and the Islanders, I really think Pittsburgh, with Erik Karlsson. I don't want to give away my Spurs, but I think it'll be a situation where I think Karlsson with the Penguins, it'll work for like a year or two, maybe 2 years, and then it's gonna like completely implode on them.
Yeah, I lived in Ottawa when Karlsson was there.
Yeah,
when he's playing the kind of hockey he played last year, he's a treat to watch. Liability in his own end, but he'll create. Him and Letang are very similar, so they should be a high scoring team. But Graves maybe insulates them a little bit, but they're getting old, and Washington's old. But I say, and the Islanders, it's just like my question mark was what are they, right? So Lou's kind of teams, and you being a New Jersey fan knows what Lou wants out of his teams.
Yeah,
and Bo Horvat's a Lou type player, but Matty Barzal isn't. So what's their identity going to be? And they need to find it if they're going to make it, right?
As much as I love Lou, I really feel like his kind of like style, because we all know the style like in New Jersey. It's like the defense focused, like a lot of focus on toughness and stuff. I really feel like that's starting to. I really think his style is starting to become like a bit outdated in today's NHL, where there's a lot more focus on like offense and speed, because it's like you can focus on defensively. That's fine. In fact, defense is still very, very important. But it's like today's players are just so dynamic and so skilled that no matter how good your defense is, you're not gonna be able. You're not gonna be able to stop them entirely. They're still gonna find ways to crack. I mean, look what Jack Hughes does to the Canes in Game 3 last year.
Yeah, winning 1-0 and 2-1 in the playoffs is not. It doesn't happen anymore.
It's like, it happens, but it's rare.
Yeah, it's not like you're not winning series where they're all low scoring games. The Leafs are a prime example against Florida. Those were all low scoring games, and I've said it since. Everybody always is hard on the Leafs goaltending and defense, but since they lost to Columbus in the bubble, I've said the Leafs gap is depth scoring. You need to, when you talk, I love when you're talking like top 9 and 3 lines deep, because to win in the playoffs, you need to be 3 lines deep. Tampa Bay proved that, right? The Yanni Gord line, and with Goudreau and those guys that have popped in, and even Killorn when he can move down that lineup. That's why Tampa won. It wasn't necessarily Kucherov and Point all the time. It was because they were 3 deep, and teams had a hard time checking 3 lines, right?
That's my concern. I'm going to bring this team up here because I would honestly have them as like pick to win the cup, if not for this reason. That's my big concern with Colorado.
Yeah, and that is Colorado with their
because McKinnon's a stud, Makar's a stud, I forget who's their star winger? I forget his name.
Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, Rantanen is a stud,
Now watch though. They reunited McKinnon and Drouin from their Halifax Moosehead days. Maybe there'll be some chemistry there.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're still. It's like, but aside from that, they're good. They're still going to be missing their captain. They're still going to be missing their captain for the entire season. So
He's a beauty.
I just don't think Colorado has the depth enough to go all the way again. Like once they get, well, I think once they get once they come back last year and they're fully healthy, I think they'll be back to really being like cup contenders. I just still think that this year, I still think they're just a bit, on the top heavy side.
They made some sanity moves though. I think like
Ross Colton, I love that addition.
Yeah, the Colton and then Miles Wood. I think you, as a New Jersey fan, I know that New Jersey fans sometimes weren't overly hot on Miles, but playing a fourth line role, he can bring some. He brought some energy, and he'll get a shot to probably play third line, or even get a shot with some playmakers this year.
I like the fit with him and Carl. Only the problem that I think Jersey fans had last year, especially at playoffs, Miles Wood can take some really stupid penalties at times.
Yeah,
he was arguably one of the biggest reasons we lost games 1 and 2, because I remember it was like I remember it was like a tight get. What was it, game 1 or game 2? I think I forget which game it was, but we were playing fine. Then Wood takes a stupid penalty and the Rangers score, and it was all and as they say, the rest is history.
Takes the flow out of the game, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think that going to the West, I think the West is probably a little less wide open than the East this year, right? Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota are probably virtual locks.
Yeah.
Vegas, Edmonton, and the Kings with PLD, Pierre-Luc Dubois, virtual locks. And then you probably have about 7 teams fighting for the 2 wildcard spots.
Yeah.
So. Man, can you wrap it up about the hockey talk? Man, you make me fall asleep.
All right. Before we wrap it up here, I mean, but we're not gonna wrap it up, Devin. But I think we will get to our official predictions, because I want us to get them out there. Alex, did you write yours down?
I did not.
Okay, so but if you want, you can literally just whip it up quickly. It's not too hard. So but before that, what are your thoughts on the Flyers coming into the season? I just want to give you a chance to speak on them. And if you want, you can ask Devin a question about them too.
So I was actually gonna ask about like what Devin's thoughts are on Bobby Brink and Cam Atkinson, his ability to be with the Flyers, and what is your prediction of like the offensive part of the game this upcoming season?
Yeah, it's I think it'll be really interesting getting a couple of those veterans back in the mix, Alex, for the Flyers, right? Like, let's be honest, Couturier has been that's to be the guy. So if he's healthy and he comes back, that's the first step, right? Farabee is like, that kid is, he's the next generation. So if you can get Couturier back, you can get Cam Atkinson back, and you've got a third line with Lawton and Konechny, you're going to be Tortorella style hockey, right? There's going to be a lot of like Tort style. Don't ever underestimate Torts. When I write off, he's going to get you some good quotes for sure. And he's going to be pretty hilarious, in the media scrum. But if you got some of those lunch pail guys that he's got, like Couturier, like Atkinson, like Lawton, like Konechny, don't sleep on them, right? And I think I heard today they're going to carry 3 goalies to start and maybe as many as 8 defensemen. So what Torts is going to expect is you play or you don't fucking play, right?
Exactly.
If you gotta rise to the level, or somebody else is gonna be in. You're gonna earn your ice time, which is going to be a change from is Kevin Hayes last year. I think the biggest move they made in the offseason was letting Kevin move on. Love the guy. I love, saw some stuff from his wedding this year. Him and Sammy Adams. The guy knows how to party. He's a fun guy, but he just wasn't Tort style. The other guy I forgot about was Hathaway. Right? You're going to be a lunch pail crew. Philadelphia will like this team, right? They may not win as much as Philadelphia wants, but they are going to be a Philadelphia style team this year. That's for sure.
They are, and I do think one that I definitely think I'm speaking objectively because all those and Flyers definitely have a rivalry, but I definitely think I definitely think the Flyers are still a couple years away from really contending. I do think that eventually, as see the Penguins and maybe teams like the Hurricanes and maybe the Rangers start to take a step back. I really think the Flyers will be one of the teams to rise up and take advantage of that because as they go through this rebuild, they're gonna continue to they're gonna do what the Devils did. The Devils finished at the bottom of the league for so many years. Look what got them. They got Hughes, Heischer, Luke Hughes, Nemec, and then also all the young talent comes up and they become they become a powerhouse. So I think the same thing's gonna happen with Philadelphia. It may take a while. It may take it may take a few seasons, but I do think the Flyers will eventually get there.
You need to suck, right? You need to suck and draft high to be able to do a quick rebuild. And that's the problem with the Flyers. They've been drafting kind of in double digits for so long that it just doesn't help the regeneration of the young talent, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna have fun with torts. There'll be a few F-bombs, there'll be some funny quotes, and then Delorier and Hathaway are gonna beat the shit out of people, guys. So that's gonna be kind of fun too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Good. So you guys get some bets you got to get down here. Or what's
all right. So you're ready. Alex, I set you a blank format. Unfortunately, I could not give away my predictions for the Metropolitan Division. So just erase them, and you can write in your own. I just texted you a blank format, Alex. So go ahead. So you want to do a conference by conference, guys?
Let's go conference by conference.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna unveil all our predictions. Who are gonna be the top teams in each division, and who's gonna be the wild card. And then at the end, we're all each gonna give our official predictions for our Stanley Cup final matchup and champion. I already have mine written down. All right, you guys ready?
Let's do this.
For the Metropolitan Division, first place, I'm totally not biased. I've got the Devils winning the division. I just think
that's a total biased answer, though, Adam.
I may be a little. I definitely think Carolina is definitely gonna give them a hard time. I just look at it from this perspective. I think this year they did exactly what for so many years I've wanted the Yankees to, which completely different causes for a completely different. So the Devils they have an amazing season and they stacked the deck. They got better. They added to Foley. They re-signed Einbratt and Meyer and they're only have Luke Hughes. So I really think I think some people are sleeping on Luke Hughes a little bit with the way with how dynamic of a skater he is, how well he is on that blue line. I really think he's gonna make a difference. So I really think that I think regular season at least I really think that they're gonna take advantage. I think they'll win the Metro. Number 2, I got the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, nothing really to say here. They're one of the best teams in the NHL for a reason. I mean, you re-sign that extension. You're getting sorry, Devin. I'm really bad with hockey names here.
With Carolina?
Yeah, I'm about
Svechnikov. Yeah, they get him back. Svechnikov, get him back.
You're getting him back. You still got Burns on that blue line. No, they still have both Freddie Anderson and Ratna in goal, correct?
Yeah, that's they re-signed Freddie.
Yeah, so that's definitely a solid tandem. I definitely think they're still good. I definitely think they're still going to be in the mix. I mean that defense is that's the one thing that scares me Hurricanes. Devin, I can make the argument that those are at least talent wise are just as good, if not there. But that style of play they play, it's just they're like the worst possible matchup with how well they play defense and how well they can shut down the opposing team's speed. That's just a really bad match. That's just a really bad matchup for us. So I no disrespect to our Hurricanes. I definitely think they're gonna. I definitely think they're gonna be in the mix, but I think they'll fall. I think they'll fall just short of winning the division. All right, number 3. Here's where it's gonna get a little spicy. I've got the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Ooh, okay.
I think, like I said, I think this is gonna be a situation where they trade for Erik Karlsson. It works for a year, and then next year is when it's gonna complete fall. But I think it'll work for a year just because I still think Sidney Crosby has like one more like really really like historic season left, like 100-point type season, if you will. I still think Crosby still has a lot more in the tank. I think Karlsson, at least offensively, will give you a lot of production. You still got Malkin, and I think it'll hold. I think it'll hold enough for Pittsburgh to get back in the playoffs.
All right, that is spicy.
All right. Atlantic Division. Then you can stop having a heart attack. I got the Toronto Maple Leafs finishing first.
Good. Perfect. We agree. We agree on that.
I mean, no, we all have our thoughts on the Maple Leafs concerns about the Leafs come postseason time. Kind of like a Cowboy situation where you don't know if they'll be come postseason time. But regular season, I mean, what else is there? You got Matthews, you got Marner, you still got Nylander at least for the season.
He's gonna have a beast year.
Did they any news on like his extension or whatnot?
It was interesting though. Is in the preseason they were trying him at center, right? And because he's all the rumors are saying he's asking for center type money. Yeah. So they tried him at center, but the last few games they moved him back to the wing. But yeah. I think he's going to be patient. He says he's saying all the right things. Toronto's saying all the right things. I think it's just a matter of where he lands between $8.5 and $10 million. Yeah. But he's going to have a beast year, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's my one concern of Toronto is that you look at their cap situation. Matthews is making all that money. You still got Tavares making all that money. You got Marner making all that money. When you start giving out too many of those like $10 million AAV contract, it adds up and it makes it hard for you to adjust things like depth scoring, defense, and goaltending. That's why one thing, because if not for those things, Devin, I'll be legit. I would have Toronto as being my pick to win the cup because their top end is just so good. It's just so good that if they just had the defensive depth to battle it out, it's just that's a cup contending group right there.
They addressed that, right? So they got Bertuzzi and Domi on those sweetheart 1-year deals.
That is true. Thanks for bringing
they're deep, right? If you think their top line could be the best in hockey now that Bergeron's retired, we got Bertuzzi, Matthews, and Marner. You got Domi and Nylander on the either side of Tavares. And then they just announced that the 19-year-old Fraser Minton, the kid that they got in the second round after they had to trade the first-round pick to get rid of Mrazek, made the team. So you've got Nyes, him, and 20-goal scorer Yarncroc as their third line. So I think I think when I look at the rest of the Atlantic, I think Toronto runs away with it, knock on wood, right?
Yeah. I definitely think it's definitely Toronto's division to lose. If they don't win the division, then it's solely on them.
Yeah, it's a pointing year, right? Who do you have at number 2 in that division, Adam?
All right, number 2. I gotta go with the Florida Panthers.
We agree on that too, man.
Because I just think I definitely think last year's playoff run was a fluke. Because you think what happened the year before that? They win the President's Trophy. I definitely think part of their kind of slow start last year, why they only sell for a wild card, was because it took some time for Matthew Tkachuk to get into his rhythm and really find a place on that team. But You still got him, who, in my opinion, is like one of the best players. Not just players, best players in the National Hockey League. Period. You still got Barkov. I just think the Panthers are gonna. I don't know if they'll win division, but I definitely think they'll be one of the better teams in that division.
Yeah, and the only reason why they won't win the division is just because of Montour and Ekblad will be out for a few weeks, right? The first 2 months as they get healthy. Who do you have in the third slot? This is where I get spicy.
Yeah, I got spicy here too. I'm not sure if you're going the same direction, but I do have kind of spicy pick. I got the Sabres.
Me too, dude. Good. That's a good pick.
Yeah, because I think last year they take the step forward. They just barely miss out. I think this is the year they finally break through and secure a playoff spot. I mean, Tage Thompson, that guy is a freaking stud. You still got Dahlin, who just got paid a bag, by the way. Did you see that?
Yeah, 11 mil. That's
crazy. I mean,
it's a lot of dough.
I mean,
but the cap's going up. The cap's going up to between 87 and 88 million next year.
That's why. That's why, because players are noticing that and they're bringing up and bring that. I'm sure they're using that. And it goes just like, hey, the cap's going up. You can afford, paying this much,
they've got some young talent.
You got Jeff Skinner. You got Cousins. I think Owen Power. I think people said him. I think he take a big step forward. So. I think this is the year Buffalo, definitely takes the lead.
One of the most underrated players in the league is Joki Aryu on their blue line too. So, and they added some veteran like Eric Johnson, and they added Greenaway from Minnesota, and then you've got guys like Peterka and Jack Quinn. They're going to be good. Their Achilles heel will be Levi. It will be Devin Levi, which ironically enough, I'm Devin. My youngest son's name's Levi. So Devin is going to be their Achilles heel here, I think.
All right, wild card though. East Coast wild card. My first wild card. Ranger fans, you can stop having a heart attack. I got the Rangers as the first wild card. I think here's the thing. I think this may be a situation where the first wild card has more points than the third team in the Atlantic, because I still think the Rangers will be like 100 plus point team. I think this will be a year where just Pittsburgh just barely edges them out. Like I said, I have my concern. You always say I have my concerns about them. I'm not sure if Kakko can really take that bigger step forward. Same thing Lafreniere, and honestly, Panarin, in the playoffs, is a big concern. But at the end of the day, you got Igor Shesterkin, in my opinion, like arguably the best, at worst, the top three goalie in the league, and at worst, and arguably the best. So I think him alone, and obviously Adam Fox, who I think is easy the second best defenseman in the National Hockey League. So I think that alone will be enough, to definitely get them into the playoffs.
I think that's a good pick, Adam.
Yeah. And lastly, the second wild card. This is gonna blow some people's minds. I got the Ottawa Senators.
Oh, that's spicy.
I think this is the year to explain why I think I have both. To explain why I have Tampa Bay just barely missing out. I just think the loss of Vasilevsky is just going to be huge for that team, because so much people look at that. So I think some people look at that at the Lightning and look at guys like Stamkos and Kucherov and Point and Hedman, and I think they underrate how much Vasilevsky means to that team. Like, look at what happened in the playoffs. He didn't play his best in the playoffs, and what happens? They get bounced. So much of that team is based on Vasilevsky. I think they're just going to get off to a really slow start, and I just think that I still think Vasilevsky is going to come back soon enough for them to make up all that ground. I still think they'll definitely be in the hunt, but I have them just barely missing it. As far as Ottawa is concerned, I similar to Buffalo. I just think this is their year. They take a leap and they sneak in. You got Brady Tkachuk, who's an absolute beast. You got Suzel, who's who's an absolute stud. You still got Claude Giroux. They're a little bit thin on the defense, but you still got Shaq out there and out there. I just think, I see sorts of Buffalo. I just see a lot of the young players, taking that big step forward for them to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I think the one thing that the big question mark in Ottawa is there's a lot of question, like there's a lot of back and forth over Josh Norris's health.
Yeah,
and he's not starting the team. He's not starting the season with the team, and Shane Pinto still is on sign, and they don't have the cap space to sign him. So the real challenge there is their center depth. If they're starting with Ridley Gregg and I don't know, some Rourke Chartier as their 2 and 3 centers, are they going to be able to get out of the gate? And perennially, it's been their early.
Jules their one center, right?
He's playing. Yeah, he's their number one with Giroux, and Kachuk is generally.
For some reason, ESPN has him listed as a left wing.
Yeah, he's played a lot of left wing, but he's ready. Like I think it's time for them to move him to center, and he's played most of the preseason with Kachuk and Giroux.
Yeah.
So yeah, but not a bad. That's a spicy one. I don't think Jake Sanderson has to make some. He got that big ticket for next year. He has to make the step, and I think he's legit. But I think with the absence of depth down the middle, and I think Forsberg and Korpisalo, Forsberg with the double knee surgery and Korpisalo is the goaltending tandem. I think that's a big question mark that still lingers in Ottawa.
Yeah. I can see it. All right, Devin, it's your turn.
Okay, let's make it easy. I think in the Atlantic, Toronto, Florida, and Buffalo, we aligned on. I think that's just the way it's going to play out this year. But I didn't have Ottawa. I have Tampa Bay sneaking in. I
respect it.
2 months without Vasi and it's 6 to 8 weeks, so maybe it's not 2. And I think they're just too veteran laden still. But I think they sneak into the second wild card, which unfortunately ends up being a Toronto Tampa Bay first round again if it goes the way I expect. So let's hope that in the Metro, Carolina can get more points than the Leafs. I had Carolina finishing first over New Jersey.
I respect it.
There are two. It's going to be 112 to 111 points or whatever it looks like. They're both going to be good. I had the Rangers in the 3 slot, and then I get spicy with the first wild card. Don't sleep on Columbus and their defense.
Oh!
Don't sleep on it. That's where getting really spicy. I think the whole Babcock thing, right, that happened and the looking at phones only is going to galvanize that group together. They've got, they got scoring in Lane and Marchenko. They've got veteran leadership in Boone Jenner. Fantilli's going to go and play between Goudreau and Lane in his first year, and he's going to be
How did Anaheim pass on him, by the way? Fantilli, how did Anaheim pass on him?
I have no idea. Leo Carlson must be that good, man, but I don't know how.
I like him. It's just I've just heard, I've heard that Fantilli is arguably in any other year would be the consensus number 1 overall pick. So passing on him, I'm not sure. That's a questionable on Anaheim.
And maybe that's where Anaheim makes a mistake is they drafted on style because they have Zegras and they've got. But I don't think Anaheim's. I think Anaheim's going to be in much the same shape as Philly and Montreal.
Yeah.
But look at that defense, right? You've got Severson and Werenski. You've got Provorov. You've got Branson. You've got guys like. Andrew Peak that are 6th and 7th D, and Andrew Peak is a heavy dude, right? 6'3", 200 pounds. So I that's my wild card. Man, Merzlikins, I think is a guy that's due with a good defense in front of him to stop the puck. So
I'll tell you one thing, Devin, I do not hate it. I don't. I think Columbus. I think Columbus. I share your same. But I definitely think they'll take a step forward this year. But I think it'll be kind of like a Buffalo Owl situation where they'll just be on the outside looking. And then I'll say the year after this year, I could see them taking that big leap.
They're my New Jersey of this year, though, Adam. Right? You think about Kent Johnson and Cole Sillinger making those jumps. Maybe Kent can make.
You still got Goudreau.
Yeah, Goudreau, he's the veteran there, but you think about the guys that could make that jump like Hughes did last year, or even Dawson Mercer. I think Sillinger could be the Dawson Mercer. I think Kent Johnson could be could be the Hughes. I think it's just.
I share your points. Here's the thing. You're saying it's gonna happen this year. I just think it's gonna happen, next year. That's what I'm saying.
That's good. That's good. I will. Will hopefully for another Devil's story here, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Alex, you're up.
Okay. For the Metropolitan, I have
for the first seed. He's got the Philadelphia Flyers. No, I'm just kidding.
I have the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay. Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
The Devils at 2, and Rangers at 3.
Yeah, great minds think alike, Alex.
All right. So basically, what we're saying is I want to sit through another Devils Rangers series. I have a heart attack the entire time.
There's always more at stake when they play the Rangers.
Exactly. Because this thing, I got a lot of buddies who are Rangers fans, and they won't let me shut up if we lose to them.
Yeah, that's me and the Bruins, the Leafs. I got a lot of Bruins buddies. So Tampa Bay, I don't mind. There's no Tampa Bay fans.
It's like funny story, Devin. A good buddy of both Alex and mine is a big Rangers fan. When they're up 2-0 on me, he's texting me. He's talking crap. No. You could go after this. He's talking crap. And then games 3 for 5. 1, 1, 3 straight. Let me finish. Michael. Games 3 through 5. I don't text back a word. I don't say a word. Game 6, Rangers win. He starts talking shit again, saying, "Oh, those about to blow a 3-2 series lead." And then as soon as we win Game 7, I'm like, "Okay, I've had enough," and I finally clap back at him, saying, "What'd you think?" Can we get? I'm sorry, Alex. We just completely interrupted your predictions there. I'm so sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
We got the Metro. Now we got the Atlantic out.
All right, okay, go ahead.
So at
the Devils.
Hold on. Let me explain. Alex had Carolina 1, Devils 2, Rangers 3. I had Devils 1, Hurricanes 2, Penguins 3. I had the Rangers as a wild card.
Wait, Carolina is in the Metropolitan area?
Yeah, they're in the Metropolitan Division.
I thought they were in the Southern Division.
They're in the Metropolitan Division. Do not ask why.
Don't ask why.
Why? I want to know. Why?
Because Gary Bettman. That's why.
Gary Bettman is who?
He's the NHL's commissioner.
Guys, I'm a dumb blonde when it comes to hockey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex, go ahead.
Shut up, Adam. I need to know this information. If I want to give the sport a chance, I gotta get to know it.
Okay, good point.
Dickhead.
Okay. Go ahead,
Go
John.
fuck yourself with a 10-dick pull again.
Go ahead.
Continue.
Go ahead, John.
Guys, I'm unhinged right now. I apologize for being unhinged.
Okay. Go ahead, Alex.
I have Panthers, Maple Leafs, Sabres.
Oh, yeah, so you have the same thing as us. They have the Panthers winning division.
Adam, you don't got the Devils winning the division, Adam?
I got them winning division. I'm
about to say, Adam not rooting for the Devils? That's odd.
Wait. All right. And your 2 wild cards?
Carolina and Buffalo.
Well, no, wait. Didn't you have Carolina winning the division, Metropolitan Division?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Wait, the Carolina, the Panthers in football? God damn. A baseball or hockey? That's
Buffalo
crazy.
And the Rangers.
All right, wait, hold on. Okay, you had for the Metropolitan Division, you had Hurricanes, Devils, Rangers, correct?
Correct.
All right, and then for Atlantic, you have Panthers, Maple Leafs, and Sabres.
Yeah.
Okay, so now who are your 2 wild cards? You can't choose any of those 6 teams.
Oh, okay.
Tampa, Boston, Ottawa, Detroit.
Pick the Islanders.
Washington, Pittsburgh, Islanders, Columbus, Alex, and Philly.
I'll do Columbus and
pick the Islanders
Detroit.
For your best friend.
Oh, Detroit. Okay.
He picked the Red Wings.
All right.
Even I know
he's being ballsy. I can respect
I know
that.
the Red Wings suck, Adam. Even I know that.
Stevie Y, we trust.
Guys, do the Red Wings suck? Even my black ass knows that. I haven't watched hockey in over 10 years.
They're just in a rebuild. They're in a rebuild. But
They've been in a rebuild for over 10 years, dog. Shit.
People forget how good the Red Wings used to be.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Adam, if I had to be a hockey fan, I'll be a Chicago Blackhawks fan.
Just because they have the sickest jersey.
They do.
Well, they just got Connor Bedard.
And they were the best team in the 2010s. That's when I was watching hockey secretly. And the Blackhawks were the best team.
Patrick Kane and those guys.
And I still think Sidney Crosby is still the greatest hockey player of this generation. Of
his generation, and after his generation is McDavid.
Sidney Crosby is like the LeBron James, as the Kobe Bryant of hockey. I'm trying. Wayne Gretzky's the Michael Jordan of hockey.
I could kind of see that. I could kind of see that.
What, Sidney Crosby is the LeBron James?
As Sidney Crosby is like kind of like a Kobe type. I can see that comparison.
LeBron type. I see McDavid more as the Kobe. I see Crosby as the LeBron James, and I do see Gretzky as the Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I just think McDavid does things different, like Kobe did. Right. McDavid just does things differently.
Yeah.
So did that Jack Hughes was going to be the greatest devil of all time as a hot take. We disapproved it. You remember that hot take, Adam?
Oh yeah, we do a hot take of the episode with Devin, and I said Jack Hughes would go down. Not as the best. I said specifically the second best devil of all time, only showing Marty.
The greatest devil of all time.
Only trailing Marty, because I don't think I'll catch him.
You think Jack Hughes would be better than Scott Stevens?
I think by the time he's said and done, he'll end up being better than him. Yeah.
Let's just be real. Martin Brodeur is the greatest goaltender of all time in hockey.
He's up there.
He's the best of all time.
Nobody even cares about his infidelity.
Everybody cheats in sports.
Not with their sister-in-law, though.
Oh, chill, that's foul.
Jersey fans.
Yeah.
The rumors and innuendos, they might be true.
But here's my thing, Devin. If we could forgive Tiger Woods, we could forgive Marty.
There you go. That's a good one, Adam.
Damn, y'all. First of all, Tiger Woods didn't play team sports now.
Don't meet your heroes is what they say, right, guys?
Hey, I met Kobe. He's my hero. And I love Kobe Bean Bryant. R.I.P. to Kobe. I literally had to almost got beat up. Almost saw that. You saw that comedy video that guy said that he was glad that Kobe died? Named Ari Goldsmith or whatever that motherfucking name.
I don't think anybody can say stuff like that, can they?
He said it on YouTube. He said it. Like, he said, thank God that rapist is dead. I was like, I wanted to choke him through the phone. I was literally so mad. I wanted to choke this white boy through the phone.
Yeah.
All right. Are we on to
All right, we're finally on to the West. Sorry, Devin. This is going at snail's pace.
It's all right.
Guys, just pick one
it's
team
going
per
at
team.
snail's pace,
I blame Michael.
We're being
Don't
entertaining.
blame the black.
I blame
I'm
Michael.
bored. I hate hockey. Adam, you could have told me to take the first half off, damn it.
Hey, just look at it this way, Michael. At least it's better than talking about the Cowboys. At least you're not doing that.
First of all, I can talk about my Cowboys. We play like shit and we play like garbage. Adam.
Okay.
No, I want to roast you, Adam. Adam, you're so happy. You get all happy for every Sunday to watch a guy that's 1-5 being overpaid. God bless you, brother. God bless you. How the fuck does that work?
If we end up with Cully Williams or Drake, it'll all be worth it in the end.
You ain't getting a first round pick. If I were you, you better go with Caleb Williams. That'll be your best bet.
All right. But that's for the second half of the show, if we even have one at this point. But Central Division, I've got the Dallas Stars winning it. Just go. You just look at this roster, and here's. I do have a bit of a hot take regarding the Stars, but just looking at their roster, you've got some studs. You got Robertson, you got Pulaski, you still got you still got Hastie on that blue line. And here's my hot take, Devin Ox. I got Jake Oettinger winning the Vezina.
Yeah, I don't. I can't argue that. Question I have is Rupe Hintz the second best player? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Is Rupe Hintz a top 3 player in the West?
Rupe Hintz,
Yeah.
top 3 player in the West. I don't know.
Best player on Dallas, right? He's behind McDavid for sure. He's behind McKinnon for sure.
Yeah.
But who's better than Rupe? And I mean, center.
Drysile's up there.
And Dry, I think Dry does different things. I think Dry gets a lot of points. He gets a lot of them on the power play. But if I had to choose, if I was starting a team and McDavid and Matthews and McKinnon were off the board from a center perspective, I think I take Hintz over Draisaitl.
Wow. That's kind of spicy. Okay.
One of the most underrated, like Barkov, right? One of the most underrated guys because of where he plays and who he plays for.
I can see your point. I can see that. I don't disagree there. But Colorado Avalanche, I got them finishing 2. Again, while I have the concerns depth-wise, I still think they have too much talent, to not make it to the playoffs. I mean, McKinnon, we all know how much of a superstar he is. Makar, best defenseman in the league, easily. I think he takes back the Norris Trophy this year. He's my Norris Trophy pick.
Devin Taves might be the top unrestricted free agent this year. I think he's got in for a contract.
He's and that's one thing that I had this trade idea just in my mind, and I want to float out you, Devin, as a Leafs fan. Just hear what you think of it. Nylander for Taves.
I love where your head's at.
Here's what I'm thinking, because I think Colorado could use another star winger. I definitely think Toronto could definitely use definitely use the defense.
Yeah, I like it. The only thing is I don't think that they can trade Nylander 1-for-1. That's probably pretty close to fair value. Yeah. Taves is going to sign for less than Nylander, so it might work. But any Nylander trade has to be more like Nylander for Pesce and Seth Jarvis, or Pesce and Martin Necas, because the Leafs can't afford to they're thin on the right wing after Marner, right? Marner, Nylander,
That is true.
Yeah, I don't think they can deal Nylander without getting back somebody who has potential 20 goal potential on the right wing while getting a good defenseman.
That is true.
Good deal, though.
It's just one of those things where you're literally just thinking something just pops into your head.
Dude, that's a good deal. I think if you're the Leafs and you had somebody that could step up and play, if you found like Yarncroc could play with Matthews, or Domi, maybe Minton and Nyes are more than in their first year, I think you could make that deal. I think it would be a good deal for both teams.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, number 3 in the Central. I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Wild. I just think, I mean, again, postseason concerns aside, you got Kaprizov, you got Zuccarello, you still have Fiala on that team, so you still have a really, really good forward core. I think Kaprizov. I don't know if we'll get back to 100 points, but I definitely think he'll if he stays healthy, he'll definitely be up from 7. He'll definitely score more than I think he did last year. So I definitely think the Wild are I think the Wild are going to take that 3 spot.
Good blue line, and if Gustafsson has as anything similar to the year he had in that last year, they're strong.
All right. Pacific Division. Also, just so you know, my President's Trophy pick. I've got the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh.
And here's kind of another, I guess, kind of spicy pick. I think McDavid has the best season of his career.
Right.
I think McDavid's. I think because this thing, McDavid's got to peak at some point, right? It's like he scores 150 this year. He's got to peak at some point, right?
I don't know. He's so good.
Yeah, it's so I definitely think this will be the year where he's. I don't know. I don't know, maybe he scores 200 for crying out loud.
I think he's just entering his prime.
Yeah, but I think McDavid's gonna have an unbelievable year, and Draisaitl, I think he alone will give the Oilers the President's Trophy. Number 2, I've got the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, defending Stanley Cup champions, so I think they'll have a bit of a hangover, but I just, I mean, you got Jack Eichel, you got Bruce Angelo, so I definitely think, I just think you look at everyone, the rest of the Pacific, I just don't see anyone jumping them, really.
That's a good pick. Yeah,
Right.
To be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Exactly. All right, number 3. Here's where things get a little spicy, Devin. Number 3, I got the Calgary Flames.
Boom.
I think they bounce back.
The after Sutter years.
Yeah, I think because here's the thing. Is Huberdeau? Here's like one thing with the Flames. Is Huberdeau really a 50-point guy?
No.
Is he really a 50-point guy? I don't think he is. I think I think Huberdeau is really gonna have a big bounce back year. I think Lindholm's having another big bounce back year. I think last year was just I think last year was kind of like the exception and not the reality for the Flames. So I think this year they get back to being a playoffs. I mean, I think Lindholm bounced back. I think Huberdeau bounced back. I think Igor Sharangovich, honestly, I know as a Bills fan, I think that's a very underrated pickup by Flames. Obviously, you used to Foley, but I could see Igor being, I don't know, maybe a 40 or a 50-point guy for them and really help out the depth in that forward group.
Well, he's going to play with Naz to start too, right? So he's going to get like top 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I think their style of play will be way different under Ryan Huska than it was under Sutter. And I think that's where Huberdeau's even come out a lot in the media and said he just like Sutter sucked the fun for hockey out of him, right? He wasn't having fun going to the rink. So look out for a big bounce back from Hubie.
Yeah.
All
right, my 2 what?
Let's wrap the talkie talk. It's going on 12.
All right, I'm almost done with the wild card. All right.
Damn, man, we got a
I'll
hot
just
take
do it
now.
rapid fire. I'll do it rapid fire. My first wild card, I've got the Los Angeles Kings. My second wild card, I've got the Seattle Kraken. There.
Jesus Christ. This show about to be a 3-hour show tonight.
I'll move quickly.
Devin still has to give his predictions, and then Miles has to give his predictions. Don't worry. We're almost done. Let us breathe.
There's not, and I'll keep it easy for you, Michael, so I agree, Dallas, Minnesota, and Colorado in that order for the Central. I think Dallas is number 1. I think Minnesota will have a better regular season than Colorado, simply because Colorado is going to just figure some things out as they get through the year. And Bednar is not so much set on points in the regular season anymore as he is getting figured out his chemistry. So I think we are aligned there, Adam. I've got Vegas actually ahead of Edmonton in the West.
Okay.
I think Edmonton's pretenders. I think Edmonton's goaltending is still a huge question mark, and I think their defense is a huge question mark. I like what they did in Connor Brown to play with McDavid, so I agree with you. I think McDavid will have a huge year playing with Kane and Connor and allowing Draisaitl to move down to play with RNH, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And then I have the LA Kings. I just think that their center depth is too good not to, give teams a run. And I would love to see an Edmonton LA Kings first round again, because I think now that you've got PLD in LA, and so if you can go Kopitar, PLD, and Dan O'D, I think they're going to give the Oilers a run in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And then definitely. For my wild cards, I'm with you. I'm big. I'm a Calgary. So my second favorite team is the Calgary Flames. So this is my heart, not my head talking. Okay. I think the post-Sutter years are going to be good for the Flames, and they'll have a bounce back. I think their defense, when they get Shillington back, is as deep as anybody. And Sutter just played mind games with Markstrom last year. I think that they won't win too many games 6-4, but they'll win a lot of games 3-2 and 4-1. And then my other wild card, because I spend a lot of time in St. Louis for work, And I know the passionate Blues fans there I expect St. Louis to have a bounce back with some of the retooling they've done.
Okay. I don't hate it.
And Kevin Hayes, I think Kevin Hayes playing in St. Louis, just for Alex as the Philly fan, I think Hazy is going to have less responsibility, which is going to allow him to have a bit of a bounce back year. And I see him over 70 points this year.
All right. Ask quick. Go ahead. All yours.
So for Central, I have Dallas, Colorado, and Winnipeg.
Ooh,
Winnipeg!
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they just brought back two of their big guns, so
yeah, who saw that coming, eh?
Yeah, they're clearly going for it.
I like that.
For the Pacific, I have Edmonton, Seattle, Vegas.
Oh, yes, Seattle taking the second spot. Okay, I like it.
It's been on the Kings. I like it.
Yeah. And for the wild card, I have Minnesota and LA.
Okay, if you did pick the Kings, Vicky, I'm sure we would have had a heart attack. Okay. All right, really quickly here, our Stanley Cup final matchup and our champion picks. All right, for mine, coming out of the East, I've got the New Carolina Hurricanes. I think this is I to explain why I have the Devils kind of falling a bit short. The only reason why I don't have them coming out, I just still think they're still a bit on the raw side. Like, especially on defense. I mean, the forward core still is pretty much I wouldn't say in their prime, but I think they're pretty much ready. You look at that defensive core, you lose Severson, you lose Graves, and you're replacing them with Luke Hughes and eventually Simon Murdock. So, and I definitely think those guys will be definitely big time players going forward, but it's Luke Hughes' rookie year, and who knows when Simon Murdock comes. So I still think on the blue line, they're still very, 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 they're very raw. I think that will also be what does them in the playoffs. So for Carolina, I just think this is their year. They've been knocked out for so many years, and then they just keep on getting swept in the playoffs. I just think it's time for them to really step up and go on a run to make the cup. And
that's fair. And they got some UFAs, right? They've got some UFAs coming up, so they've got some older guys that they're all in on here.
So yeah, I think. So yeah, that window's not going to open forever, so they're eventually going to have to capitalize. And coming out of the West, I've got the Dallas Stars.
Ooh.
So I have Carolina versus Dallas in the Cup final. And I've got the Dallas Stars winning the Cup.
Wow, that's a good one.
But similar to Carolina's. We've seen Dallas, so how a lot close with over Stars. They go all the way to the Cup final a couple of years ago. They lose in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I just think every single team eventually has a year. I think this year will be the Stars' year. Like I said, I think Jake Arner is gonna finally erase his playoff demons. I think when you just look at all the talent they have on their roster, I think this is gonna be Dallas this year.
He plays like he did 2 years ago in Calgary. He can win them a Stanley Cup alone.
Definitely.
So I'm going to take a way different angle. So Gary Bettman became the commissioner of the NHL February 1st of 1993. That year, the Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup, and it was the last time a Canadian team has won a Stanley Cup. This year, it's going to be a Canadian team that wins the Stanley Cup, because coming out of the East, it's going to finally be my Toronto Maple Leafs. Knock on wood, heart on sleeve. This is the year for the Leafs to get out of the East, especially with the demons of Tampa and Boston being on the cusp of making playoffs. And then coming out of the West is going to be the Edmonton Oilers. As much as I call them the Coilers, I think that if they can get to the right spot in the playoffs, some of those other big teams can knock each other off. And you just can't sleep on the power of McDavid having his best year yet. You convinced me, Adam. Okay. And then that Stanley Cup final is going to go 7. And I'm going to be heartbroken again because the Edmonton Oilers are going to win that Stanley Cup in 7.
Oh, wow. If that does happen, I will say Devin is my condolences.
Well, just to have the cup back in Canada would be okay too. So
it's like I said, 1993 was the last time a Canadian team won a Stanley Cup.
1993.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Gary Bettman's tenure. The first year he was the commissioner was the only year Canadian teams won the Stanley Cup.
That's nuts.
Crazy. And I grew up in the 80s, so I've watched the Oilers, so I can live with an Oilers Cup.
Yeah. There's no real rivalry between Edmonton and Toronto, is there?
Yes, Edmonton and Toronto fans, but it's Toronto versus everybody. Every other Vancouver fans hate Toronto. Calgary fans hate Toronto. Edmonton fans hate Toronto. Montreal fans hate Toronto.
Everyone hates Toronto.
Ottawa fans hate Toronto. Winnipeg fans kind of hate Toronto, but they just do their own thing. So,
yeah.
What's Alex got?
Alex, who you've got?
So coming out of the East, I have the New Jersey Devils.
Oh.
Apparently, Alex likes you more than he likes me, Adam. That's what we learned today.
Devin, I'm not going to complain.
They got a good team. Goaltending, though. They need to get the goaltending.
And coming out.
Hey, Aiden Hill and Darcy Kemper just won cup, so.
Hey, you don't need a $7 million goaltender. You need a goaltender that can stop pucks. That's it.
Exactly.
Right?
And coming out of the West, I have Edmonton.
Ooh, so here's the thing. I was going to pick Edmonton, but I pick Edmonton every single freaking year, and they always fall short, so I'm like, I'm done. I'm going with Dallas.
That's fair.
And watch this be the year. They finally win the cup. Watch my rotten luck.
It's gonna be a tough sled. Like you got to get through Vegas, Colorado. The Kings aren't a good matchup for the Oilers in the same division, right?
Yeah,
so the Oilers have to win that division to avoid Vegas or LA in the first round. That's the battle there.
If their goaltending just caught fire for one playoffs, I can see them making a run, but it's just I just don't think they have the goaltending. I just don't think they have the depth.
I don't think Stuart Skinner's the guy, and I know as much as I love Jack Campbell, he's a very expensive backup goalie.
Yeah. Okay, so you have Devils and Edmonton, Hughes versus McDavid, Hughes versus Draisaitl. Alex, who you got?
I am going to go with Edmonton.
McJesus.
Honestly, it would be a very bittersweet feeling if you see my team lose the cup finals, but to see McDavid get his first cup. It would be an extremely bittersweet feeling.
So my youngest son's favorite player is Connor McDavid, and this
understandable.
Yeah, and McDavid lives in our town. We live just north of McDavid's hometown, Newmarket.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
So this summer I was at the arena for a baseball meeting, and there was this ruckus going on around the arena. And, we did our meeting and I came out and somebody said, I asked somebody, I said, is there a kids tournament going on? And they were like, no, it's the finals for the summer men's league, the beer league in town. And Connor McDavid and Quentin Byfield are here. And I'm like, just signing autographs? They're like, no, Connor McDavid literally played on one of the beer league teams and Quentin Byfield played on the other beer league team. And Byfield's team beat McDavid's team in the beer league finals in Newmarket, Ontario this summer in the men's beer league.
Damn.
And I didn't realize it. So my kid was mad. I didn't even get a picture of McJesus on the ice because I didn't realize he was playing until it was all over.
Damn, my condolences.
Yeah, pretty fun. Pretty cool, though. Those guys come back and give back to their small communities.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the type of stuff that helps grow the game of hockey.
Yeah, it does.
When you see players, expressing personalities off the ice, That really helps, grow the game.
It sure does.
All right.
Well, boys, it's been a blast. I know Michael's been waiting patiently.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but yeah, Devin, we're gonna transition you. If you need to, if you want to stay on, it's fine. But if you gotta leave, we also understand.
I should get to work tomorrow morning, guys. So I'm gonna say thank you for having me.
I do not blame you at all. But Devin, we thank you so much for coming on. It's been a blast talking puck with you. And all I'm gonna say is good luck to your Leafs this season.
Thanks, buddy.
Except,
and Michael,
except when you play the Devils, because they'll be war. All fair and love and war, buddy.
It's all good. It's all
right. But one last thing here. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me on X at Itchies and Scratchies. So my name Devin Hastie. If you search that as well, and on Instagram I'm under my own name Devin Hastie. But always looking to talk sports if anybody wants to engage.
Perfect. So, Devin, we thank you so much for coming around. You're welcome back anytime. Do not be a stranger. Nice seeing you again.
Thanks, guys. And Michael, I will listen to the back half of this podcast to get your hot takes, bud. Alex, we'll talk soon, dude.
Okay.
Yep.
Be good, man.
All right. That was Devin Hastie, who was amazing. Talks to puck them. So it's definitely going to be a very, very fun NHL season. And it's gonna be fun. We'll have to see what happens. Happens. All right, but you guys know what time it is? It's time right now for a very, very late hot take of the episode. So whose turn is it? I don't even know, guys. Who even went last time? Everyone's looking at me with just blank faces.
I think I went the episode before that time.
Yeah, last time we had a guest to it, I think. Last episode. Yeah, because last episode we had Samuel Goldberg on. I think he did it, so that counts for him. I think you went the episode. Did you go the episode before, Alex? I don't know. I'm falling really, really behind on this. So
I think I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you did. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure you did. So I think is it Michael's turn? I think it's Michael's turn.
Right.
All right, I hear say, I think Devin said that he was looking forward to your hot take, Michael, so you're kind of obligated to go here, buddy. You're up.
All right, my amazing hot take is that Kobe Bryant is better than Tim Duncan, and I want to go head-to-head against Adam because you cheated the last time.
You really want to do this again?
All right,
did I not embarrass you on this very topic, last time?
You did not, and I embarrassed you the first time.
Okay, so you want one more bout to finally settle it?
Nah, because I know Kobe better. I don't got nothing to prove. I'm going to prove that the Giants will go.
Smart man. All right, go ahead.
I'd say the Giants will go 1-14 this year.
Okay, continue. Go ahead.
Here's why. The Giants always mess up. Here's the thing, Adam. They're 1-5 right now. I believe they're trying to tank on purpose so they get the first pick in the draft. Because that's their goal. They're trying to get a new quarterback because they found out Daniel Jones is in. Your own lineman is literally just turned on the fans and saying, fuck you. You're all team. And I just be like, the Giants don't have the team anymore. I don't think they have the certain pieces. They don't have a good running back. Barkley is hurt. Jones is not it. And at the point of being the Giants, let me see their record. They're 1-5 right now.
So wait, one question, Michael. So you're saying they're going to go 1-14, maybe they're going to go 1-14 the rest of the year is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Okay, so you have them finishing with, I don't know, you have them finishing like what, 2-15?
2-15, I believe, yeah. 2-15. Here's the thing, they beat the Jets and then they lose to everybody else, in my opinion.
I'd sign up for that.
I think you guys will lose.
I think I get to stick it to you and we get Khalid Williams deal.
Now, first of all, I believe you guys lose to the Bills. You lose to the Commanders. Maybe you lose to the Jets because that's a game that we both need to win. Giants versus Raiders. You guys lose to my Cowboys. You lose to the Commanders.
No, you continue. I'm just gonna get water. Don't worry.
Oh, you a
Don't
hater?
worry.
I don't understand.
I'm not gonna. Just trust me. I'm not gonna analyze your hot take. Don't worry. I pretty much already made up my mind. Don't worry. You're not losing anything. Don't worry, Michael.
You little Alex. You know what he? You know every time I talk, he usually takes his headphones off and leaves.
Yep.
I think they lose to the Patriots. They lose to the Packers. They lose to the Saints. They lose to your Eagles. They lose to the Rams. And they lose to your Eagles again. Bro, you know they play on Christmas Day. We got football on Christmas Day. Giants versus Eagles, brother.
Yep.
We
And the
get
Eagles
Christmas
will
Day
win.
football. Get Christmas Day football.
The Eagles will win by 87,000.
Yeah, damn right. They win by 87,000 points.
And look, guys, I got a friend.
That's the only friend you got in life. Because me and Alex hate you.
What is it? All right. Did you finish your hot take, Michael?
I'm still going. I got
All
two. I really had two of them today.
You only got one. Continue.
Let me get two. Let me do another one too, because it's also dope. You can double grade me for one. And the Giants have a hard
Okay. So here's the thing. You are technically one hot take behind both of us, so we'll count. We'll do two for you. So this will get you fully caught up.
That's why I was doing it on purpose.
Okay, go ahead.
That's my first hot take. I need you to approve or disapprove on the first one.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and approve it. I just think I am really down on the Giants. I'm gonna say right now they have the worst offensive football. Now, I'm gonna defend Daniel Jones a little bit. I don't think it's entirely his fault. The offensive line has just been atrocious. You've literally got an offensive line. You just see the play by Evan Neal. He literally lets the defensive lineman run right after him. And guess what? He was even the guy that got the sack. Another one of the guy got the sack. The offensive line is just atrocious. And Dan Jones hasn't helped them out of some of his mistakes. I just don't think even him with Arteta, I just don't think either of them are good enough to overcome how bad the offensive line is and how bad the lack of weapons are. Like where's Darren Waller? Where's Hat? Like you brought in these guys you Jeffrey Ishii, and yet you're not utilizing them. So I am really down on the Giants here. I think they're gonna be one of the worst teams in football. So Michael, I'm gonna approve.
All right, my other hot take is
Alex, you didn't go yet.
Alex already approved it.
I approve.
Okay, and your second hot take, go ahead.
Is that this gonna be a ballsy hot take that Caleb Williams goes to the Jets next year.
Caleb Williams goes to the Giants or Jets?
Caleb Williams gets drafted to the Jets this next year in the NFL draft.
Okay. So pause.
I'm fucking with you. I just want to see your reaction.
Because here's the thing. There are holes in that hot take. There are holes. So you're saying that the Giants are going to be the worst team in football, yet the Jets are going to get Caleb Williams? Are you telling me that the Jets are going to hire a hitman to go to Joe Shane's room and demand that he doesn't take Caleb Williams and that way he falls to the Jets? Is that what you're saying, Michael? Is that what you're saying here?
No, I just wanted to see your response about
that. Okay, good. There were holes in that hot take, Michael buddy. There were holes.
Okay, sorry, you're gonna make me laugh.
Okay. What's your actual hot take?
I can't even do a hot take right now. I'm laughing. All right. Fuck you. You made me laugh. Goddamn. My hot take is that Joel Embiid is the most overrated MVP to win the MVP award.
Most overrated MVP? Okay. Well, let me ask you a question.
Nah,
Let me ask you a question, Michael. Define what you mean by most overrated MVP.
Actually it's Steve Nash. I'm gonna say the Steve Nash 04-05 MVP was the worst MVP to pick of all time, besides Embiid.
Okay.
Here's why. In that year, in 2004-05, Kobe, I'm gonna look at everybody's numbers, okay? Because this is when the NBA used to go by the MVP by who had the better record. That's when they used to do it. Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna say his average. He averaged in 2004-05. Okay? In 2004-2005, Kobe played 66 games. He averaged 27 points a game, six assists. Hold up. He averaged six assists, 5 rebounds, one steal per game. Okay, Kobe could have been the MVP. But I'm gonna look at LeBron that year. LeBron 04-05. Okay, we're gonna look at LeBron. Okay, even though I can't stand LeBron as a basketball player, but I respect him as an athlete. 04-05, LeBron was averaging 27 points, 2 steals per game, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. You could have had D Wade as the MVP that year because D Wade had a great 04-05 year too, Adam. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about numbers wise. You're talking about MVP number wise. D Wade had 24 points, 1 steal, 6 rebounds, 5 rebounds and 6 assists, and he averaged 1 point block a game. Okay, and let's see. I'm looking at Steve Nash's number. We're gonna look at Steve Nash for his thing. In my opinion, Steve Nash was a good point guard. I think he benefited from the rule change, but you put him in like guards that were better than him, he wasn't the best guard out there, Adam, for the MVP award. Let's just be real. 04-05.
Specifically that 04-05, right?
Yeah, he averaged 17 points a game and 8 and 7 assists, 2 rebounds a game. And the reason why they gave it to him, well, hold up, wrong season. He played 75 games. He averaged 15 points, 1 steal per game, and 11 assists and 15 points. You tell me you're in the basketball, you are a MVP of the year and you can't score over 20 points a game? Adam, every MVP that won MVP award has scored over more than 20 points. You know?
You mean aside from Steve Nash, is what you're saying.
Steve Nash, that's not an MVP. MVP, you most likely from scoring, how you change the team, here's the thing. Steve Nash was a big bust, lost, been to both NBA conference finals. He lost every year, never been to the finals. So I believe that 04-05 season should have been to Kobe. At least he had a shitty team, but Kobe had better numbers. The MVP award is how you make your team better and how your better numbers are. You know what I mean, Adam?
I know. I hear what you're saying.
Even D Wade could have won it. LeBron could have won it. Shaq could have won it because they made their teams better. Shaq, at least, he's like, next year I'm gonna take my team to the finals. Shaq could just have finals experience. Nash never did it. He had a team that had a young Amar Stoudemire, who was a great player. You had Joe Johnson, and you had Mike D'Antoni, who was a good coach at the time. Okay, coach. And you're telling me you couldn't go to the finals with that team?
One problem with what you're saying is that playoffs don't count for MVP voting. That's the one thing I'll call you out on.
I said that before.
Playoffs don't count for MVP voting. So when you're saying, we can't that doesn't count towards MVP voting.
Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna retract Here's the thing. Steve Nash should have. If you're the MVP, you're the best player in the world, in my opinion. If you win the NBA MVP award, you're the best player in the world for that season, right or wrong.
True.
But here's the thing: as the best player in the world, fans criticize you, and NBA superstars criticize you. How far you can go with the MVP season?
True.
Right or wrong.
You're wrong. You're right.
But here's the thing: Dirk Nowitzki, one of the greatest power forwards second greatest power forward of all time, in my opinion. Won the 06-07 MVP, didn't do shit with that MVP, lost in the first round to the Warriors. 4-2 game out of 6. And you just came to the finals the year before, but we're not going to talk about it. But I believe, Adam, that Steve Nash had the worst numbers as an MVP. That's my hot take. I just read the numbers in 04 and 05. It should have been somebody else. That's what I believe. His numbers were bad as an MVP. You average over 10 points as an MVP. You should be averaging 20 if you're the MVP of the
year. One thing I will say is they're probably looking more at like his assists.
But here's the thing: as
both
an MVP,
years he won the MVP, he led the league in assists, right?
Yeah, that's it. But here's the thing: Chris Paul will lead the league in assists 4 years in a row. Jason Kidd led the assists from 4 years in a row. We're their MVPs. They had like 12 assists.
That's a good point. Good point.
So that's why I can consider anybody can get 12 assists in a game and they don't make them the MVP.
I think one reason why they gave it to him, because I think up at that point it had been like no one really averaged that many assists anymore.
I also believe that
he's like the only one he single-handedly made assists, made passing the ball and rack up assists. He made that
Jason
thing.
Kidd was doing that in Jersey.
He was like he kind of like made it. He kind of like made it a thing again. Like before that night, I don't think did Jason Kidd ever average 10 assists in a season?
Yeah, he averaged 10 assists 4 years in a row. When he was with New Jersey, Adam, this kid was
he did. He only did 2 years in Phoenix.
And
he never did it with New Jersey. Never did it with New Jersey. So I think that's probably why he gave the MVP is because he was kind of like revolutionized passing game. But Michael, so you're specifically saying 04, 05. I'm gonna agree with you there. I don't think he I just think that the MVP one in 06 I can understand because he averaged close to 20 points, so I can understand that one, but the 04, 05 one, I can't agree with you there. I don't know. I can understand why they voted him. I just think that there were other
I think reason why they're trying.
So I'm gonna approve this one.
Thank you, brother.
Alex.
Oh, I will approve.
2-0.
Pop quiz. What was Michael's hot take?
He wasn't even paying attention.
Guess what, Alex? Your vote has been retracted.
Well,
don't worry, Michael. I'm not changing my vote. Your hot take is still approved. Don't worry.
I get 2-0. Adam, I got something to add to that statement. No reason why they gave it to Nash because they were trying to because of Kobe's trial. That's the main reason I believe they didn't want to give it to Kobe to give it any controversy.
Oh, that was when Kobe's trial was going on?
No, that was the year after.
Okay. When did Kobe's trial go on? I completely forget.
2003.
Okay, so that was after. So that was after. Okay, so it was
going to the 03-04 season. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to give him the MVP because they didn't want backlash, I believe.
Yeah.
Adam, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to say this in general. Who do you think is a better player, Steve Nash or Kobe?
Kobe.
You still believe Duncan is better than Kobe?
I will die on the hill with that one. I think Kobe's up there. I just think Tim Duncan has a slight
do you rank
edge.
Duncan? Where do you rank Duncan in the top 10?
I have him at 7. I have Kobe 8th.
You have Kobe 8. Fuck. First of all, Sam don't count no more because Sam has literally lost his basketball statement for having it Kobe 8, and he's not on the show no more. So fuck Sam. Marcellus says Kobe's better than Duncan. Alex says Kobe's better than Duncan. I say Kobe's better than Duncan. Half the basketball community says Kobe's better than Duncan. I'm gonna say this: Tim Duncan's the greatest power forward of all time, but Kobe's better. Kobe's top 3. Embrace it. Mm-hmm.
He ain't better than Kareem, and he ain't better than Magic Johnson.
He is way better than Kareem. End of discussion.
We are not having this conversation.
We're not doing this today, Adam. We are not doing
this today.
Adam, Kobe is better than Kareem. He's better than Magic. He's better than Dr. J. Is Kobe's better than Magic? Alex, who's better, Kobe or Magic?
Kobe.
No, don't you want me? Don't you want me, baby?
You are gay as hell.
Don't you want me? Oh.
you are officially gay. Adam,
I
why
have
are
no
you
idea
gay?
why I just started singing.
Adam, why are you gay? Why are you gay?
No, Michael, why are you gay?
Alex, why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
We should
John
stop.
Morell.
We should stop this before we get canceled.
Got you, buddy.
All right, guys. I mean, we're gonna make the second half of the show very short because it's getting late. This
What
is
time
probably
is
gonna
it?
be the record for our longest episode ever. So
Wait, if it goes to 12:45, it'll be the longest episode ever.
yeah, either way, it's gonna be the longest episode ever. So I mean, nothing much to say about the Giants other than that Michael did hit on. Embarrassing loss to the Dolphins. I mean, when you win the turnover battle 3-0 and you still get blown out, that just shows you how anemic this offense is on
And y'all
all
dog
facets.
shit.
From the quarterback, the offensive line to the lack of weapons. This offense, to say they need work is necessary. But I wanted to talk a little bit today, and I guarantee you this is not going to be the last time we talk about this on this podcast. And that is, what do the Giants do? Because we all know this season is a wash. We all know like they're not going anywhere this season. So I think that the best bet is for them to take is for them to lose as many games as possible and tank. Now, I know tanking doesn't really work in the NFL, but as a fan, that's what you root for. And there's a lot of debate going on, what do the Giants do at the draft? Do they go and draft either Caleb Williams or Drake Maya, the two best quarterbacks in this year's draft? Now, I don't know. I haven't watched enough of Caleb Williams to have an opinion, but all I can say, I've heard he's a stud, and I've heard that he's aside from Trevor Lawrence, one of the best college prospects to come out in years. So all I'm gonna say is, if the Giants are picking first overall, which I don't know if they will be, because the Bears own both there, and Carolina's gonna be off this year, so I think the Bears are gonna be looking at the first round pick. But if you honestly take him, if Caleb Williams really is that guy, then you take him. And I'll say the same thing about Drake May. I've seen a bit of Drake May, and from what I've seen of, I really like his game. The quarterback for you're not gonna like this, Michael. The quarterback for University of North Carolina. But I have heard a lot of good things about him, and here's what I'll say about what the Giants should do at quarterback. And here's one thing, and why I'm leaning towards them. Because his thing, I think this is all Daniel Jones' fault. I don't think it's all his fault, but I just don't think Daniel Jones I still think that the Giants are right now the right place for him, because I think Jones, he's the type of guy where if you put him in the right offense with the protection weapons around him, I can see him having success. And that, unfortunately, right now is not the situation, with the Giants. Not at all. I think the Giants need a reset at the quarterback position, and that means bringing a guy like a Caleb Williams or a Drake May. And here's one more thing I'll say. Here's one more thing I'll say to everyone who says that drafting Caleb Williams or Drake Maya wouldn't solve the Giants' offensive line issues and wouldn't solve the Giants' lack of weapons issue. If you draft a new quarterback, it's gonna be the same thing. Here's the problem that you're missing. Here's the problem you're missing, and only comes down to what Daniel Jones is making. Daniel Jones is making $40 million a year. When you're paying a quarterback that much money, you are the job, fair or unfair, is for you to be able to make up for the lack of deficiencies around the rest of the offense. That's why you pay a quarterback so much money. It's because the quarterback position, especially the best ones, they're able to make up for deficiencies around the offense. That's point number one. That's point number one. And point number two is, if you draft the Caleb Williams or Drake May, you're going to have them on a rookie contract where they're going to be making what? For the first couple of years, they're gonna be making what? $5 million? How much? I don't know, but they're not gonna be making that much money. So compared to what Daniel Jones made, compared to what quarterback on recontract is making, that's all that money that's freed up for you to address the offensive line, to address lack of weapons, and maybe show up defense a little. So draft the core. To everyone who's saying, "Oh, draft the quarterback would help the offensive line," it would by giving Joe Shane the flexibility he needs to help address some of those issues. All right, so that's basically my thoughts on the Giants. It's not going to be pretty. We got Buffalo coming up, I'm riding the tank train, baby. I'm riding the tank train. Hopefully, this is the last year I have to do this. Hopefully, the last year. I thought 2021 would be the last year. It looks like we're going to have to do it one last time, Giant fans. All right. But Michael Cunningham, before we completely roast you about your one football team, I think it's best if we completely praise you on the other. Mike, are you there? Your New York Jets get a big win over the Denver Broncos. What are your thoughts?
That was a good game. I thought at the end that was a good game-winning touchdown.
What a play! What a play! You strip sack, leading to a fumble, leading to a touchdown to close it out. What a play!
Man, that was a hell of a play. It's bittersweet. My Jets won 2-3, better than the Giants. Hallelujah.
Yeah, Zach Wilson did play his best game. He had that awful interception, which was it entirely on his fault? No, but he could have thrown a better ball there.
At the beginning of the year, I was saying that the Jets were going to be an AFC Championship team.
Yeah.
Adam, remember at the beginning of the year, I told you that the Jets were an AFC Championship team?
Yeah.
I retract my statement.
Well, without Aaron Rodgers, once Aaron Rodgers went down, that the championship team dreams just got flushed down the toilet. That's what losing Aaron Rodgers does to you.
There's always next year when we get Aaron Rodgers back.
There's always next year. There's always next year. But that's still a big win considering all the drama with Sean Payton and calling out one of your coaches. I think it felt pretty good, for the Jets to kind of stick at the Payton a little. Stick up for your coach. And one more thing I'll say about the Jets. I'm giving major props to their defense because I've always gotten on the defense for not coming up big in big spots. That is exactly what they did. Zach Wilson throws a horrible interception, and all of a sudden you're up by 3 points, and Denver's got a chance to march down the field to possibly win it. And what's defense do? They come up big. You get that big strip sack by Quincy Williams, and then Bryce Hall picks it up and runs it back into the end zone. That's the type what I want to see this defense. I want to see this defense come up big in big spots like that. That's what I want to see this defense do. If you're gonna be one of the best defenses in the league, which you do have the talent, which you just have the talent to do, you got Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams, you got Jordan White, you've got a lot of stuff on defense. But the best defenses in the NFL, they come up big in key moments. And that's exactly what the Jets defense did. They picked up the quarterback, and you gotta give them props. So all love in the world to the Jets defense there. They came up big there. All right, Alex, really quickly here, talk about the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts had a heck of a game. Subtracting the interception he threw, he threw 25 of 38 305 yards with 1 touchdown. I was really impressed with Dallas Goedert, as he finished with a season high of 8 catches with 117 yards. And A.J. Brown had 6 catches and 127 yards. And the Eagles went 13 of 18 in third down situations. The thing that I really liked was that I know Cooper Kupp came back from an injury for the Rams, but the Eagles defense completely took over his performance, and they definitely did the job. And I think that moving forward, the Eagles offense is going to be a really interesting to see how, especially with Chris Watkins not having a great game, it's going to be interesting to see how many targets he gets. Although Devontae Smith had less targets last game, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens against the Jets. But I know for one, the Eagles will definitely demolish in the trenches of the defense, and I'm just really looking forward to it.
Okay. That was a big win for you guys. I'm going to give it up. That was a big win. You guys, especially defensively, I said I got on your defense a little because I thought you guys were allowing too many points. You guys held the Los Angeles Rams, who are not a bad team. I'm going to say this right now about the Rams. They're not a terrible team. Are they what they once were when they won a Super Bowl? No, but that's not a bad team. You still got Cooper Kupp. You still got Matthew Stafford. You still got some players on that team. So that's not a terrible team that you guys beat. And Ethan, you only hold them to 14 points. I mean, the offense wasn't its best, but you know what? They were due for in my opinion, they were due for kind of like to take a step back a little. So yeah, that was a very impressive win for you guys.
Yeah. Speaking of sour teams, we have Miami in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you've got the Jets right now next week, so I definitely think, sorry, Michael, I'm not sure how much I like a chance that one.
Who we play?
The Jets, they play the Eagles.
Where's the game at?
At MetLife. They're going to be at MetLife.
Should I go to that game on Sunday?
You want to go with Alex?
Who should I bring? Who should I bring if I get tickets? Who should I bring?
Bring Alex. Go ahead.
If I bring Alex, he may get jumped.
Here's the thing. Alex, you're going to MetLife Stadium for a football game. Plot twist, you're playing the Jets. If I told you you were going to MetLife Stadium to watch the Eagles play football, what would you assume, Alex?
That they would fly into MetLife and destroy the shit out of you.
What team?
The New York Football Jets.
I said the Giants. You don't get the joke. Normally you come to MetLife to play the Giants. Instead, you're coming to play the Jets. Plot twist.
Jets beat the Eagles on an upset.
If you do that, I'm not sure Alex would show up for that episode.
Would you show up, Alex, for that episode? The Jets beat the Eagles.
That would never happen, and this is just imaginary win for you guys. So I would shut up.
Anything is possible in football. Remember when the Cowboys beat you guys at home last year?
Yeah.
Remember when the Cowboys
Speaking of the Cowboys, Very, very impressive performance on Sunday Night Football primetime, Michael, my boy. Very impressive performance.
Kiss my ass.
Let's see here. The Giants, they lose 30-12 to the Cowboys, to the 49ers. Cowboys lose 42-10.
Not a word. Shut it.
Can we admit about the Cowboys?
What?
Every year I hear people say, "Oh, this is the year they blow us up 49." I'm saying, "Oh, the Cowboys are good. This is the year this is their year." How many times? It's the Cowboys' year every year, and what happens? They completely wet the bed against the Eagles. Dak Prescott throws 3 interceptions, and that's the thing. That's who the Cowboys are. Are they a good team? Yes, but. What are they? Do they deserve to be measured in the same breath as the 49ers, as the Eagles? Are they in the same stratosphere as one of the best teams in NFC? The answer to that question is a no.
Adam, do you like living?
I love living. I'm living my glory, baby.
Do you want me to kill you? We ain't doing this today. We ain't doing this.
Okay. Alex, do you have any thoughts?
Alex, do you like your life?
Yes, and very lovely 49ers win. Thank you.
Do you want to die?
I will say this. I'll say this about the 49ers, though. I'm going to say this right now, best all-around team in football. I think the 49ers, I actually not going to like this. I think this year they're better than the Eagles. I just think you look at all that talent they have, especially on defense. They have easily the best defense in football. And then even in the run game, you got Christian McCaffrey. You still have Deebo Samuel. And I'm going to say this right now. I think people are not giving Brock Purdy enough credit. I think he's legit. I think Brock Purdy is him.
No, he ain't.
He legit this year. I'm gonna say this right now. If he keep this up, he'll be in the MVP conversation. I don't know if he'll win it, but he'll be in the MVP conversation.
You tripping,
he
boy.
He threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 17 completions out of 24. 202 yards, 1.44 quarterback rating. He literally leads the NFL in quarterback rating. Brock Purdy is playing amazing. So everyone's concerned about the 49ers is that they don't have a legitimate quarterback. No, they have a legitimate quarterback. Brock Purdy is him.
You tripping, brother.
We'll just have to see about that. All right. Alex, did you want to save MLB for next episode?
Sure.
We could just do it 5. We could just do it quickly for 5 minutes. Hey, Alex, how about that? How about the Phillies loss? Really quickly, how about that Phillies loss?
That was brutal.
Blowing a 4-0 lead.
Yeah.
Did I not worry about the Braves offense? Everyone's saying, to everyone who thought that the Braves offense was just going to go quietly into the night, you don't know the Braves offense. This Braves offense is legit.
Guys, the Dodgers suck. They lost today.
Oh, the Dodgers lost. They choke every year.
Not really. They won a World Series.
Outside of a fugazi 60-game season in 2020, aside from that, they choke literally every single year. They choke. Who would have guessed a team managed by Dave Roberts chokes every year? I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Aside from the comeback win by the Braves, I felt like Zach Wheeler definitely pitched a hell of a game.
Was he still in the game? But when he gave up those 2, when the Phillies gave up those 2 home runs, or was it the bullpen?
No, it was Jeff Hoffman.
Okay, I think he allowed one of the 2 home runs, but but Hoffman allowed the second. Hoffman allowed the one to Riley.
Yeah. And looking ahead to Game 3, it's definitely going to be momentum on the Phillies side since the series shifts back to Philadelphia. And I think that Aaron Nola is going to be the starter for Wednesday, and I feel like he's going to have a unreal performance.
He's going to have to be big. Because I'm going to
Yeah,
say right
definitely.
now, that was a missed opportunity for you guys. If you guys had won that game, you're up 2-0, and the series isn't over per se, but you got a major advantage. Now you're heading back to Philadelphia, and it's anyone's series.
There's no question
And
we have to go 2 for 2.
You don't want to give this Braves team any momentum, and that's exactly what you guys did. So
There's
you guys,
no question
you better
we
hope
have to
Aaron
go.
Nola pitches the best game of his life on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's game 3 is Wednesday. Game 4 is Thursday, correct? Or is it Friday?
I think it might be Saturday.
Really?
Oh, my bad. Game 4 Thursday. Yeah.
Okay, so we will. The next time we talk about this, the Phillies will the Phillies will either A, advance, B, preparing for a game 5, or C, golfing. What's your prediction, Alex?
My prediction is they get it done and they advance.
Okay, spicy. Yo, can I just say that, Alex? We always have to complain about you, Alex. Michael, wasn't Alex talking a lot of crap in the group chat during the game?
Yeah.
He was getting fired up. He was spamming texts to all of us. And when they're up, he's like, we're up 4-0. We're about to take a 2-0 series lead. And then what happened, Alex?
He choked.
Why are you turning this into a big deal? Where the hell are your Yankees?
We're out. We're playing golf. We just don't like, Alex, how you talk so much smack in the group chat, yet when you are on here, you're not as talkative, which is shame because when you do talk crap, it's good. You're a good shit talker. You just do it. You just only do it via text, and that's a problem. That's my little nitpick.
That's
Michael,
just me.
don't you agree? When he does talk crap to our faces, it's good. He just doesn't do it enough. He only does text.
He's the biggest sack talker I know.
He is, isn't he?
He is the biggest
Alex,
shit.
do you own that?
All I can say is LFG Phillies.
Do you kiss your mother with that potty mouth?
All I can say, Alex, is good luck. Y'all are gonna need it.
And the atmosphere at CBP on Wednesday is going to be off the charts.
Are you going to any of the games?
It's more than $300 a person.
More than 300 for upper level seats.
Yep.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, so probably out of your price range.
I know where my seat is.
Wait, are you going?
This couch.
Oh, okay. All right. I will say.
At least I got to experience the NLDS Central.
Yeah, last year. Oh man, that must have been
No. I went this year.
Oh yeah, the one you went this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been electric.
Yeah.
Okay, but All right, but guys, you know what time it is?
Tool time.
All right, it is time for the game best of the episode. It is so late. We're already press timer, so we're literally just gonna wrap up. I'm not even gonna write half of these down. So I'm gonna ask you both to text to me. So what's the game of the episode, Michael?
Or what's our next show? Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
Hold on, let me delete. Okay. Niggas been watching so many sports today, you know what I'm saying? Hold up. Give me a sec. I gotta delete. I got a lot of shit I gotta delete. Niggas been watching too much porn today. I'm joking. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Got it. Game Thursday's our next episode?
Yep.
What we got first? I got lipstick in hand.
You want to do Thursday Night Football?
Can we do Thursday? All right. We're gonna do NBA.
Or did you want to do Game 3? You want to do Game 3, Phillies
NBA is
Braves?
back. NBA is back, brother.
Oh yeah, but it's preseason. Come on.
We can still do it. We can still do.
Or if you want, it's your funeral.
What do you mean, my funeral?
As I said, it's your funeral.
Or we're gonna do Chris Paul versus the Lakers versus Warriors at Lakers at home.
Lakers versus Warriors. Lakers at home. Okay, give me Warriors.
I'm taking the Lakers. Now LeBron don't play Lakers, so I'm gonna play the Warriors. So I like how Chris Paul was doing with them.
Okay. Alex, who are you picking?
I am gonna pick the Warriors.
Okay, Marcellus and Sam are both picking Lakers.
Ham is like has hatred towards Marcellus and Sam now. He's like, you don't come to the episode, I pick for you.
That's how it works.
It's like you chose death. You don't come to the show, so you have chose death.
Okay, all right. All right, but we're for our bets, we're literally just gonna do rapid fire here. For me, I've got the Devils over the Red Wings in the first game of the season, and I've got the Liberty over the Aces the game 2. That's my bet. All right, Alex, go ahead. Do me a favor, text it to me because there's no chance I'm gonna be able to write it all down. No chance.
Okay. I am doing my first of the season NHL parlay.
Damn.
So all 3 games I'm picking is Wednesday's games.
Okay.
I'm going to do Maple Leafs money line against the Canadians.
Okay.
The Hurricanes money line against Ottawa, and Edmonton money line over the Canucks.
Okay, again, text this to me. I was only able to get the Maple Leafs one down, so text the rest to me.
Okay.
For what am I gonna do for Sam? You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna give Sam the Rangers. Rangers over Sabres. I'll give him the Rangers over the Sabres, and I'll give him the Liberty. Fuck it. All right, Michael Cunningham. Last up. Go ahead. Oh wait, who's our suspect?
I'm gonna
Who's
give
your
him.
cousin picking?
Why you gotta be so mean? So he's not your friend no more. He's just my cousin. Okay.
He's not friend, but he's your cousin. He's your cousin. You pick for your cousin. It makes sense.
I know. I just like fuck him. I'm gonna be fucked up towards him. I'm gonna give him hockey.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give him I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give him the Golden Knights versus Kraken. Hockey started, right?
Yeah. Okay. Golden Knight over Kraken. Okay, that's good.
And I'm gonna give him Phillies. Nah, hell no. I'm gonna give him Braves over Phillies.
Okay, perfect. All right, Michael Cunningham, last up. Go ahead.
What did you give Sam?
I gave Sam Rangers and Liberty.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm about to do, brother?
Liberty.
And I'm gonna do a baseball bet. I don't have trust in my Dodgers no more. They break my heart too much.
Good, you're smart.
I can't. They hurt me too much. Adam, I hate this team with a passion.
This is strictly business.
In the words of Lee Corso, this is strictly business. I have to root for this man because I think they're gonna win, even though I hate him with a passion. This is strictly business, and I need the points. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with the Houston Astro, and I'm gonna hate myself for this pick. That Jose Altuve is gonna get one hit or more.
Okay. All right. Who are they also playing again?
They play the Twins.
All right. So Astros over Twins and Jose Altuve get.
And the New York Liberty. Adam, I need a shower.
Liberty. I already wrote down Liberty.
Adam, I need a shower. I feel dirty for picking that.
All right, guys. Off the rest off stuff. So, Michael, how does it feel to join the dark side?
Oof.
How does it feel?
I got the heebie-jeebies.
And so this boy sought to stop losing his bets. He saw the way to cross over to other teams, and he opened his heart to darkness.
Adam, this is just strictly business, brother. I hate the Astros more than life itself, but I had no choice.
Okay. You know what? I can respect a man who could put his hatred for aside and pick and make a bet just for his own benefit. I can respect that, my buddy. I can respect that.
I hate the Astros and I hate Jose Altuve. So
here's the thing. If the Astros and Jose Altuve let you down, you're gonna hate them even more. That's another way to look at it.
If they lose, I swear to God, I want to kill the Astros.
The one time I actually root for you, you actually lose. All right. But guys, any final thoughts?
Fuck Christopher Columbus.
All right, but happy to all those who celebrate Happy Indigenous People Day and Happy Italian Heritage Day.
Fuck Christopher Columbus. He's a piece of shit. Fuck Columbus.
Yeah.
Happy.
Hey. As a fellow Italian American, are any Michael? Do you know any Indigenous people so that way we can have a cookout together?
Yeah, I know. You try to go to my family cookout next year. Remember, you and Sam said you come to the fireworks for the cookout.
Right.
Yeah, you come to the cookout next year, brother.
All right.
But you gotta eat
definitely
some
sign me up for that. He's signing me up for that.
You gotta eat some pig feet, brother.
Okay.
You know what pig feet even is?
No, I do not.
It's pig feet. Actual pig cooked feet. Pig feet. It's amazing.
Okay, I'll definitely try it out.
We got some potato salad. We got some baked beans, some collard, some ribs. You do like ribs, though.
Okay.
You like ribs?
I like ribs. I like ribs.
All right, we're gonna hold you to it.
All right, guys, that's it. Episode 185. The Gig Up Podcast. Truly, Grassani, Cunningham, Action, and our social guest Devin Hastie. If I can hear, you should leave a like and follow and subscribe to the podcast. Also, on your conversation, your content YouTube, read us on social media. If you have to say, and future episode reference, those streams use fancy. Mind your world, leave it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then,